Hello friends, welcome to the shed. I am Chevee. This is my daughter Aleena, and we just got back from watching Star Wars Rogue One. A Star Wars story, or whatever it's called, Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And, wow. So, this episode, if you haven't seen the movie yet, just turn it off, because I'm not holding back here. 100% spoilers. So, there's your fair warning. So, yeah. This was your, the second Star Wars movie you've seen, yeah? Mm-hmm. And what was your take? What did you think?
I liked it.
You liked it. She liked it. That was, the whole movie, she was like, kind of fidgeting and didn't want to watch certain scenes, because it is a little more violent than other Star Wars movies. Lots of destruction, I would say, right? Yeah? What? Did you have a favorite part, or a favorite character, or?
No.
No? No favorite part, no favorite character. I liked the K2, the big robot. I thought he was pretty funny. He had a silly attitude. Why are you bouncing around, child? What is wrong with you? So to give you an idea, I have seen every Star Wars. Well, no, I haven't. That's a lie. I have seen all the Star Wars movies in the theater. I didn't see the originals because I was too young, but I did see Special Edition. And I've still yet to see Episode 3. Episode 1 and 2 were so bad, I've just never bothered to see Episode 3. I saw the final scene, the only scene I needed to see. The rest, just don't care. So, and then I've seen everything else that's ever been done for Star Wars. Aleena showed interest in Star Wars years ago, and you watched a little bit of Rebels with me and never really got into it. She wanted to see Episode 7 because everybody wanted to see Episode 7, so we went and saw that last year, and you liked that, right? Yeah, that was your first introduction to Star Wars, really. You had heard of the characters and stuff, right?
Yeah.
You tried to read some Star Wars books and didn't quite understand it, and it's hard to jump into this. So not knowing anything about the story, what did you think of the story in this movie?
I liked it.
Did it have an ending, or did you feel like you didn't really understand what they were going to do?
I didn't understand like the first half of the movie.
Yeah.
That was just weird.
Yeah. The first half was kind of like a introduction, I would say. To put it into perspective, this movie was essentially Saving Private Ryan set in the Star Wars galaxy. It was very gritty, very dirty, very personal. There was not a whole lot of grand fights between squadrons or anything like that, because it was a very small group of people going and doing this subterfuge. And so the start of the movie, they just kind of throw you into it. Like, here's a couple of characters that we've never met, and guy shows up and like kills the mom, and you're like, what's going on here? And he talks to the dad a little bit, and for somebody who, like, you didn't have any clue what that was about, did you?
No.
Yeah, she's never seen the Death Star. This was her first introduction to the Death Star.
I knew its name, though.
Yeah, you knew its name, and you've seen pictures of it, and you understood that it was from Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's...
Oh, that was up there.
Maybe. Anyway, but you didn't... So that was a little bit confusing, and I get it. You know, for me, it was, okay, I get that. Now I know who these characters are, let's move on. The opening of the movie was interesting because there was no crawl, and the music was different. It went straight from, you know, a long time ago, in fact, Galaxy Far, Far Away, right to the spaceship flyover shot that we've come to expect. There was no story set up or anything like that, which I loved. It didn't need to be there, because this is just like a one-shot little thing. And everybody dies. What'd you think of that?
I knew it was going to happen.
You knew it was going to happen? You expected it to happen?
Yeah.
Everybody dies. The whole team. The obvious rebels that, you know, Mon Mothma and Dodonna and all those people live because they have to. But everybody else, you know, the whole crew dies. And it's kind of essential because Disney has said they're not going to do another Rogue story like this or follow this storyline, because it's over, and it is. There's no way they can continue the storyline because they're all dead. And it wasn't that they died in some terrible way. They died doing what they had to do to save their galaxy. And it was a very every death of the main squad was very heartwarming. Rogue, yeah, they're a squad, right? Rogue One. It was a very heartwarming death, I think. Maybe. Yeah? Why are you so antsy?
I don't know.
Okay. And it felt very much like the originals. If you didn't know, there is quite a few characters in this movie from the original movies that were CGI'd in. Now, of course, she didn't know this, but Tarkin has a lot of lines in this movie, and he was completely CGI, and I thought the CGI was really well done with him. Yeah, the bad guy who came and took the Death Star from the dude in the white. The guy in the green suit that was taller. The old man. Yeah, he was completely CGI. And Leia in the end was CGI, and that CGI was a little bit distracting. It wasn't nearly as good as the Tarkin CGI. Yellow Leader and Red Leader make an appearance, both as CGI. And the one shot, Red Leader calling in or whatever, when they take off, my brain was like, did they just take the original footage and clean it up? Because it looks like perfect, but maybe they didn't. I've heard that they added CGI to the characters to bring them on screen. You and your coughs. But, yeah. So you don't have a favorite part. You don't have a favorite character. What did you like about the movie? Why did I ask you to do this? This is a talk show. You're supposed to talk. You're supposed to tell people what you thought, what you liked, what you didn't like, what was confusing, what wasn't confusing.
I told you what was confusing.
What was confusing was the intro. You didn't understand.
First half.
You didn't understand the characters, what they were doing, why they were doing it. Yeah. Those of us who have seen episode 4 know, because this is the lead up to that. And this is like, I didn't expect everybody to die. You said you did, yeah, because it was kind of a suicide mission. They basically went to the Empire's home base to take these plans, and so it was a suicide mission. But I expected somebody to live. But I also I didn't know that this movie was moments before episode 4. Like, it's 10 minutes before. I don't know, just a matter of moments before the beginning of episode 4. And I didn't know that. I assumed this was like months before or whatever. And so I expected somebody to live, and then you could just write it off as they're off doing other Rebel stuff. And that's why they never make another appearance in the main storyline. But no, this is like 10 minutes before the beginning of episode 4, which was fun, so they had to all go away, because you can't explain that. What did you think of the blind guy? I don't even remember his name. It was like
The
every
guy
time
with the really blue eyes?
Yeah, he was pretty badass. Very monkey, drunken monkey fighting style badass guy, not a bad guy. I don't really remember any of their names because they're all so new. It hasn't sunk in yet.
The girl's name was Jen.
Yeah, the girl's name was Jen. Yeah, but I mean
That's all I know.
I don't remember
I forget that other guy's name.
what other guy?
The one that was on that
The
big...
captain?
No. No. The one at the end of the movie with the Jen and they like...
The bad guy?
No, they hold hands.
Yeah, the captain. Captain something. Doesn't matter. They're all dead. Who cares? But yeah, so here's my thoughts are, this movie's freaking amazing. Like, I would take a dozen of these over main storyline movies any day. I would just take every movie that Hollywood has planned for the next 5 years and just set them in this universe. I don't care. I was talking to somebody earlier and it was like, 41st Dates on Alderaan. I would go watch that. Or, Beauty and the Bothan. I would watch that. I don't care. I just want to see more of this universe. And this movie really got... it showed more like just daily life because it was very intrigue in the beginning. And so we got to see more people's homes and... activities and just daily life, and of course it all came crashing down, but that was kind of the whole point of the film. So, yeah. What a strong thing. This was, I definitely need to go see it again. It was amazing. There was 2 moments that pulled me out of the movie, and One was a series of moments, but they kept trying to bait us into expecting, don't never tell me the odds, right? Because the K2 kept saying, like, do you want to know the odds? You want to, you know? And so we naturally, as Star Wars fans, were like, just say the damn line and get it over with so I can get on to watching this movie instead of constantly trying to say the odds and whatever. That pulled me out of it a little bit. I didn't care so, but the funny thing is, I didn't care so much for I have a bad feeling about this. When that happened, it was at a time when it was just kind of like, okay, and you just move on. The other thing that oddly, and I think this is because I'm an IT guy, when they go to the archives to get the thing, K2 tells them, I can tell you which tape it is. And I'm like, tape? They have backup tapes in Star Wars? Like what? And for some reason that pulled me, like, out of the movie, and I'm not really I don't know why, honestly. I really don't know why. All of the scenes, all of the starship fighting, it was all super gritty and awesome. It looked phenomenal. The new, the stormtroopers actually could hit people, so we got to see lots of people get hit. Lots of loss of life in this movie, which was very cool. Very fun to see. Lots of new planetscapes. What'd you think of the planet where Darth Vader's base was?
I don't know.
Just lava everywhere. That was pretty awesome. What'd you think of Darth Vader?
That's cool.
He's scary, huh? They pulled off the whole presence of Vader very well. The cinematography when he was in the room was perfect. It made it feel exactly how we expect that whole he's larger than life kind of feeling. And the suit, I will say, as a Star Wars nerd, I was super thankful that the suit was the Rogue, or not the Rogue, the A New Hope suit. It wasn't the later suit that's different. This was a screen match to Episode 4, and that's good that they paid that much attention to detail to fit that perfectly. Got to see lots of new weapons. The AT-CTs were kind of neat, even though they played very little role in it. They just showed up, and they said they were cargo transports, was the AT-CT, but they have guns and they seem to mobilize them pretty quickly as offensive weapons or defensive weapons in that case. But yeah. So you would tell people to go see this movie? Are you going to tell your friends that you saw it? Were any of your friends excited about it? No? Nobody's even mentioned it, huh? People talked about Episode 7 though, right?
Like 2 people.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think this is definitely not a movie for the new audience. Whereas Episode 7 did more work to inform you about the Star Wars universe before the main plot of that movie happened. This one doesn't attempt to inform you about anything. You just jump right in, and there's a story, and it happens, and then we leave. And that's it. That's the whole thing. And that's what I loved about it. That's what I loved about the original films, is they just here we go. And they don't try to explain it to you. They explain exactly what needs explained to tell the story. They don't need to tell you what every little switch and button is, or what every character's name is. You don't need to know that. This movie went back to that. It's just straight up awesome. So, a million thumbs up. Go see this like 4 times this weekend. I think you'll love it. I think everybody that you, even if you're not a Star Wars fan, you'll love this movie, because this is really just a war movie set in the Star Wars universe. It's Saving Private Ryan set in a galaxy far, far away a long time ago. So, that's what I have to say about it. Do you have any final words?
He picked me up 30 minutes early from school.
Oh, yeah. I stole her from school, didn't tell her I was coming, and I paged her to the office, and she comes, and she's like, "What's wrong, Daddy?" And I was like, "We gotta go, honey, there's an emergency." And she's like, "Well, what's wrong?" And I was like, "Honey, come on, we gotta go, we're out of time." And she's like, "But what's wrong?" And I'm like, Star Wars starts at 3, and she just kind of stopped and was like, "Daddy, I can't believe you did this to me. Like, I was so worried."
I was watching a movie.
Yeah, you were
Charlotte's Web.
You were watching a movie, and I stole you to go watch a better movie.
It was Charlotte's Web.
Yeah. So.
We only had to do one project for it, though.
Good. Did you already do it?
No.
Oh. Okay. We'll have to. Your mom and I have to tell you about it. So anyway, go see the movie. Thanks, as always, for being here. Jamie just made an offer. A long time ago, I had the kids on, and I said if you ever met Jamie, ask her about Aleena's birth story. And she said if enough people leave in the comments that they want to hear Aleena's birth story, we'll do it on the show. So if you want to hear me don't do that. That's really loud in the mic. If you want to hear a story about me not handling things well, please put that in the comments down below. Thank you for being here. As always, go see Rogue One. I'll see you Monday. I don't have my phone, so we're not doing a thing.